So I quit the Digimon card game. So I thought. With all the news that Bandai has been releasing, here's what brought me back.
Toolbox packing, he was next, you'll check. What's going on? We're building some power. Shuffle their flexes, game time hour.
What's going on? It's Toolbox, just your average blue-collar tamer, and I was done. I was done with the card game. Reasons I was done was because I just felt like Bandai was not fully supporting the game in a way, or advertising or doing anything to promote and grow the community of the game. Kind of felt like Digimon was put in the back burner because of how the popularity of how well One Piece was doing. And One Piece, from what I've heard, is a very fun and really great card game. What I noticed with that game is everything seemed, from all the people I talked to, everything just flows. Everything works the way it's supposed to do. Where Digimon was having a lot of the wording was weird. They had to come out with different rulings. So it kind of felt like Bandai kind of put the B team on Digimon, and they were kind of just hoping the nostalgia would ride out. And they kind of just let it go until, people stopped buying stuff. But I was wrong. I quit, and maybe like a month later, Bandai came out with all the news that what their plans are for the game. And I know a lot of you who are into the game know this information, but the fact that they're coming out with a mobile version of the game is really cool. And I like what they're doing with that app and all the little teasers they've given. I think it's going to be a really cool game. Kind of because I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Pocket, so having a card game that's accessible on your phone's pretty important, I feel like, in today's day and age. And it's crazy to me that the digital monsters never had a digital version of the game. So with this coming out, I don't know when it's coming out, but when it does, it's going to be sweet. I'm not going to lie. Very excited. The other thing that really got me back into the game is the new starter decks that came out. I talked about them in previous videos about how I'm really looking forward to what these two starter decks are going to do, especially for my build. If you're unaware, I am an Agumon player. I've been an Agumon player since the sixth set of the game. So yeah, I love Agumon. I'm always here to make this deck good and try to make it the best it can be. And the two cards from the starter decks that really piqued my interest, and I've been playtesting and I've been loving them, is not the Agumon and it's not the War Greymon. It is the two cards of Island of Adventure and Geno's House. These two cards are sweet. So if you don't know what they do, I'll give you a brief summary. Islands of Adventure, while you have no face-up Islands of Adventure security cards, in your security you can ignore the color requirements. In your security, all your level 3 or higher Digimon gain 2000 DP. For a deck that's very rush style and you want to just beef up your little guys as much as you can, this card's sweet. And its other effect is when it's hit in security, you get to play a tamer out. So Islands of Adventure is really good for early game for Agumon because it's allowing you to be aggressive, and if they counter you and start hitting your security, you are getting tamers out, and it's very important for Agumon. Not much more I can say about this card other than those components really work well for what my deck's trying to do. The other card, Geno's House, kind of does the same thing, but it's in reverse. You take the bottom card of your security, add to your hand, and you replace Geno's House with it. And then on your turn, all your level 3 or higher Digimon gain 3000 DP. So again, adding more aggression. So if you have both of those cards in your security, you're giving an additional 5000 DP. And that is extremely important, especially with the Greymon from PT17, allowing you to delete something the same DP as it, so you can beef it up a lot and take out level 6s with level 4, which is wild. And then its other effect is in your security, when it's hit, you get to play a level 3 from your trash. And why that's very important is because the new Agumon Ace card allows you to ace over your Agumons if you have 2 or less security. So it's like another level of protection in a way. So if they hit your last security, Genos comes out, you get to play out a level 3 from your trash. Then if they swing again for game, you're able to ace and possibly wipe their board. It is a really cool combo. And another thing that's really interesting that I like with it is both cards work the same way. If you have no security and you play this card, you're just adding it to your security. So that gives you like a form of recovery that this deck has never really had. So that's kind of cool. For when it comes to BT21, the main cards that are going to be sweet for this is I really think, well, the tie secret rare is going to be cool because it allows you to draw cards when you're attacking. So lets you get a little more consistency because name of the game, get as many cards in your hand, unless you're playing Mirage. Get as many cards in your hand, then you're able to do what you need to do. You have the cards, you have the ability to make the plays, as I would kind of always say. Another part is the Skull Greymon. The Skull Greymon has a really cool, interesting effect of giving you retaliation in raid until the end of your turn, and that has an on deletion. You get to play something with the adventure trait 4 costs. So that's either a tamer, a digimon, whatever it may be. You can play it out with this. It's not as good in my opinion as the Skull Greymon from BT14 because that one allows you to gain rush and kind of let you continue your plays. But I think being a side level 5, it's going to be nice for what the deck wants to do. And then you're able to make it so if they swing over your guy on their following turn, you have retaliation. So you're able to take out something if they try to take you out, which I think is really cool. So I think that those cards are really going to be a big impact to what Agumon's trying to do. And I'm all for it. I think what the deck is, because before I had this as a very much Ancient Greymon Agumon deck. And the problem was they hit the Agunimon that allows you to make those plays happen. And so you kind of had to backtrack a little bit and kind of bring it back to its roots. Because now the promo Greymon, the RB1, whatever one, it's kind of both. The one that lets you get Secure Tech +1 if you have an Agumon. Because you're gaining so much DP from all those cards, it's less of a gamble. Because most of the time it was like you played it and you hope you got 2 checks. If you got 1, great. If you got 2, fantastic. Now you're kind of more guaranteeing that you're going to be getting those 2 every time because you're beefing this up to 11, 12,000. And really, you can make this big enough to where only level 7s and some level 6s are going to actually take it out of security, which wild. Right now we are playtesting. We are just seeing what the ratios I want to do. I think I have a build, but I'm testing it out if I just run 4 of both those new cards from the starter decks. And we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you guys up to date on what I'm doing because I'm going to try to be a little more consistent with my uploading. I don't know how many times I've said that, a lot, but for the most part, I'm excited to what I could be doing with Agumon. I was getting the game was being very stale for me. But now there's a new life to it that has really, piqued my interest. But I'm also still going to be posting and uploading Union Arena stuff. That's not going to end because I really love that game. I love the simplicity. I love how it's just a game where, hey, you play your favorite cards, play your favorite character, and there you go. I like how it's just easy builds in the sense of you don't have to put a lot into it to make a deck function because most of the time there's only one set for each series. So kind of what they give you is what you can really make with it. You can tweak like tech cards, but that's all you really can do. I thought I was done, but man, they just bring me back in, and very excited for what the future holds for this game because I think they took the criticism or they took the things that people were saying about the game and kind of proved them wrong, and they proved me wrong. So good job, Bandai. That's really it for this video. I just wanted to keep this quick, a little brief, just a little chat we're all having here. Please give it a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll catch you guys all in the next one. Peace.